Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing the newest concealer from Jouer. This is their Essential High Coverage Concealer Pen. Now this concealer pen retails for $22 US and you can find it in 25 different shades. I grabbed the shade Biscotti to try out for today. Now the description for this pen state that it is a creamy natural finish concealer with powerful skincare ingredients to help brighten and improve the complexion over time. Now some of the ingredients in this little concealer pen include arbutin, which is going to help brighten the look of the skin, hyaluronic acid, which helps to bind and hold moisture to naturally plump the appearance of skin through hydration, meadowfoam seed oil, which is supposed to help form a barrier to lock in moisture and prevent dryness. That right there, I'm not really sure how I feel about oil in a concealer because whenever I do hear like oil, hydration, all those things sound really great, but underneath the eyes, that's just, it screams settling into fine lines to me. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It also includes resveratrol, which provides us with antioxidant benefits that promote a youthful looking appearance, and vitamin E, which provides us with more antioxidants and also helps condition the skin. It is paraben-free, gluten-free, cruelty-free, and vegan-friendly. Now, as far as the best way to apply this, the website does state that you should click once and use the precision tip to reach curve of the face, warm with fingertips, and blend for a natural looking finish. Now, this does not state what the coverage should be. The name states that this is supposed to be a high coverage concealer pen. However, I don't know if this is supposed to be full coverage. Let me look at the Sephora website because that usually tells you. Okay, so yes, coverage is medium. You're going to get medium coverage with this concealer, and the finish, like it's stated on the website, is natural. And according to Sephora, this is for all skin types: normal, dry, combination, and oily. Now, since this is a medium coverage concealer, I am tempted to use a color corrector underneath both eyes, since I know that it's not going to be full coverage underneath the eyes, so I can't expect it to completely conceal the under eye area. But if it's medium coverage, it might look better, or it might give me more coverage, or not might, it will give me more coverage if I use it with a corrector underneath. So I think that's what I'm going to do. However, I'm going to use different correctors underneath both sides. So this one is my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, which you all know I love. This one is in the shade medium to deep. And this one is a new corrector that I recently discovered. This is the Live Tinted Hue Stick in the shade Perk. So I'm going to be wearing this corrector over here, and this corrector over here, and then the concealer on top, and we'll see how it wears. All right, so I'm going to start off with my Becca corrector over here. Just applying enough to help cancel out the darkness. All right, and I'm going to use the Hue Stick over here. All right, so now let me just apply foundation really quickly, and then I'll come back and conceal. Okay, so now I am back, foundation is on, and it is time to use this little concealer pen. So it does have like this little clicking thing that you can, it's like a pen. So you just click it, and the more you click it, the more that comes out, I'm assuming. So yeah, little by little, it starts to come out the more you click. Okay, so I'm not grabbing a whole lot. I don't want it to break on me. Not saying that it's going to, but you know, if you pull it out too much, it might with pressure. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this, applying it directly where I would like it. Mainly right here is where I see a lot of my darkness. And again, this is in the shade Biscotti, which I actually really like the shade on this. So applying it like that. I need to bring it up to the inner corner. That's what I've been doing with my concealer, just bringing it all the way up. Now the thing with this is that I was gonna try to like twist it back down because, I don't know, my brain was thinking it was a lipstick, I guess, but you can't. You can't twist it back down. So I'm glad I didn't keep like clicking away to, you know, get it to come all the way out or more of it out since, yeah, I don't think there's a way to get it to go back down. No. Okay, now the website does state that it is best to blend it out with a finger. So I'm going to try to do that and see what that looks like. I usually don't like to blend out my concealers with my finger because I just feel like I leave a bunch of little stamp marks all over the under eye area. Okay, so not bad. A little less coverage than I would like, but it's medium coverage. So now let's try this side. It's kind of moving around a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see, but like now I have less coverage over here than I do like right there. And it's because it moved in. I'm trying to blend it with my finger. But now I have quite a bit of coverage over here and not enough coverage over here. Other than that, I don't really see it settling into fine lines or anything. Maybe just a little bit, but I don't know if I really need to set this. Should I set this? You know what? I am gonna set this because it is like a creamy concealer. So even though I just blended it out and it's not really doing anything that it shouldn't right now, since it is creamy and hydrating, I'm sure it's going to settle into my fine lines. They always do. Whenever I run into concealers that claim to be hydrating, creamy, just moisturizing, they settle into my fine lines. So in order to try to prevent that, I'm gonna just set it with a little bit of powder, just very little. So I'm gonna take my Fenty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. This one is in the shade Butter. And I'm gonna grab this with my damp beauty blender. Where is it? Right here, this guy right here. Just gonna take a little bit of the powder and I dip it into the powder, which grabs quite a bit, which we obviously do not want. So I'm just gonna shake off the excess. And that's what I'm gonna use to set the under eye area. All right, so now that I've set it, let me zoom you all in so that you can get a better look at the under eye area after initial application. All right, so this is the under eye area. As you can see, not full coverage, but it looks fine to me. Immediately under the eyes, it looks good. All right, so now that you've seen the under eye area up close, I'm gonna jump off camera really quickly, finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. All right, so now I am back, makeup is done. Concealer still looks fine, still looks pretty good underneath the eyes, but it's only been like 15 minutes, so we'll see how it wears. It is currently, what time is it? It is 12:10. I do plan on wearing this the entire day, and of course, coming back halfway through the day in order to show you all some close-ups and to talk to you all about how the concealer has been wearing up to that point. So I will see you all back here in a few hours for my midday check-in. All right, I'm back for my midday check-in. It is currently 5:25, which means I've had this concealer on now for a little over 5 hours now, almost like 5.5, I wanna say. Now, before I give you my midday thoughts on the concealer, I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look at the under eye area after 5 hours of wear. All right, so this is the under eye area. It looks a little tiny bit dry to me, just a little tiny bit. Other than that though, I do feel like perhaps I lost a little bit of coverage. I don't know, it's just, I didn't start off with much coverage to begin with, so maybe that's it. But I do feel like I lost a little bit of coverage. All right, so that is the current situation. I'm going to continue to wear this for about another 3 or 4 hours to give it a full day's worth of wear, and we'll see where we're at the end of the night. So I will see you all back here in a few more hours for my final thoughts on this new Jouer concealer. Okay, so now I am back for my final check-in. It is currently, what time is it? It is 7:59. So I've had this concealer on now for a solid 8 hours. Now, before I jump into what I think about the concealer, I'm going to zoom you all in one last time so that you can get a better look at the under eye area after 8 hours of wear. All right, so this is the under eye area. I don't feel like much has changed from my midday check-in. Still looks a little dry. Obviously, still have very little coverage underneath the eyes. Overall, yeah, All right, so now that you've seen the concealer under the eyes up close, what do I think? I don't like it. I really don't, and I'm pretty sure you guys already knew that based off of like what I've said so far during my check-in and then now. I don't feel like you're getting much, if any, coverage. So it's kind of like pointless to me, unless I'm looking for something that's truly like super, super light. I do like medium coverage concealers. Medium coverage concealers, I don't have an issue with. Full coverage concealers, obviously, I like those too very much. But this is not, it's not really even medium in my opinion. I feel like I really lost a lot of coverage throughout the day, and had I not had the correctors underneath, this would probably look a lot worse. Like, not like it looks horrible, but I mean as far as coverage, it would be a lot less had it not been for the correctors that I placed underneath. The packaging says high coverage concealer pen. Where? This isn't high coverage. This is not high coverage. So that's very misleading right there. I'm glad that I looked at the Sephora website, because the Sephora website does have it listed under medium coverage, or at least that's what it gives it, like as a description, is a medium coverage concealer, which I think is a little bit more realistic than the high coverage title that this has. So yeah, for that, I just, I wouldn't reach for it, because if I'm looking to conceal, if I'm grabbing a concealer that I'm looking to conceal, this really didn't do much for my under eye area at all. Overall, it doesn't look awful as far as like what it looks like, right? Like, is it separating? Is it settling in? Does it look super dry? Is it just looking like a mess underneath the eyes? No, it does look a little dry, but it's just not doing much concealing of any kind. And, it would just be pointless for me to reach for this when I'm looking to conceal. So if you are someone who likes medium to full coverage, I would say you may want to skip this, because this is an either or. Now, if you're looking for a light medium to a light coverage concealer, then this could be it. This could be it for you, just depending on whether or not you like creaminess underneath the eyes. Another thing, like I mentioned at the beginning of the day, the clicking thing of the pen, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, because if you don't know, like if you just don't think about it, you're gonna keep clicking for a little while until you see actual product. Because right now I clicked a few times and only very little of it came out. If you keep clicking, more of it's going to come out, obviously, but if too much comes out, then there's no way to pull it back. Like, you just can't. It only clicks and it goes in one direction, and you can't reverse that direction. And so if you go overboard and you click a little too much, just know that you probably aren't going to be able to put the lid back on, because there's no way to put it back in. So I like where they were going with it, but yeah, it only goes in one direction, and if you go a little overboard, then you can't close it. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos, and also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you all. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.